Sorry, oh wow, I like worse than I thought. Hold on. I just woke up. I just woke up. I was taking a nap. And I was just reading a few comments and I wanted to clarify a few things that maybe I didn't clarify in the other video. Because the other video I was just trying to break it down real quick, like what happened for the people who really didn't know. Now, for the couple of people who are saying, that I should humble myself and find out the error of my ways. I did do that. I apologized to both of the nurses for my part that I played in the argument that happened. And I also did tell them that when I was threatened, I could have just kept my mouth shut and walked out of the building. That was my mistake. I did tell them that. I am taking accountability. But I want to tell you a little something about YouTube. When I'm angry about something, and this is about myself too, and this is about a lot of people, when I'm angry, it's kind of like Facebook. When I'm pissed off about something, this is where my friends are. I come on here, I get pissed, and I bitch, and I tell you these stupid ass stories that happen in my life that are bullshit. So I'm not going to come on, you're not going to likely see videos of me making massive mistakes and then taking accountability for them because I'm just not going to talk about that on here. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why would I come on here and talk about, hey guys, I did this really fucked up thing today and I had to apologize for it. Now I feel like a scumbag. Like, I don't want to relive those types of moments. Okay. I'm trying to better my life. And also, what was something else that was said? Oh, maybe I missed the reason why the nurses were angry in the first place. In a sense, you're right. You're right, because there really was no reason that I saw. But at the same time, I know exactly what happened. I knocked on the door because I wanted to go back to take my breathalyzer because I don't like hanging out in the clinic. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. And the one nurse must have thought that there was like an argument going on, but mind you, I was standing next to the security guard the entire time because that's like where he stands. So if I was doing anything wrong, I would have been having a problem with him, not with these nurses. So the nurses pretty much decided to put their nose where it didn't belong and come at me, assuming that I was like doing something wrong or yelling at somebody or whatever. But the reality of the situation is that I was happy that my counselor was back. I was like, oh my God, like, where have you been? Like, I haven't seen. And then like, I was joking around with the security guard. They must have thought it is impossible for someone to be happy in the clinic. So and they wanted to come around and see, oh, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? Huh. They haven't even been, and now that I'm talking about it, another part that frustrates me is Janice is so quick to believe that her staff is like the most perfect staff on earth when for the love of God, they haven't even been, I've been there for over a year and they've been there for like, with no issues, and they've been there for like, not even a month. Like, you're gonna put that much faith in people you don't even know? Like, but anyways. Oh, my spirits always go out when I'm talking to you guys. Always. But anyways, at this point, it's not my actions that are getting me thrown out. There was no way I was gonna win that. Like, and for anyone who thinks anything different, like, the bottom line is I said 2 sentences the entire time. And the whole thing took about 30 minutes, okay? 35 minutes, no joke, okay? Or at least if not, that's what it felt like because I was fucking crying the whole time. But from the second that I walked back, I wanted to, and I said, I didn't say please. I said, can I do my breathalyzer now? Instantly. Like, that's what pissed them off or something. I don't know why it would, because I came back there I had to do a breathalyzer. So, and it's not like they picked me. It's a random thing. You have to do it 4 times a year. Doesn't matter. So I don't care. It takes 10 seconds. That was the whole thing. It takes 10 seconds. So they were so angry with me that they wouldn't even do the breathalyzer. My counselor had to come back and do it. And even my counselor heard them yelling at me and screaming profanities. But in the face of her superiors, she pretty much had no backbone, like, whatsoever, which was really sad. Because in all reality, like, those nurses are gonna end up gone soon anyways. They do not stick around. Like, I just met a brand new one today. Brand new one. Didn't even know who she was. Like, they come and they go so quick. Like, obviously, okay. Somebody said that I'm the common denominator in the problem. Actually, I think not. I am the consistent in the clinic. The nurses are the common denominator because they keep. Why is it so hard for them to keep their damn job? Why is it so hard to just okay? When you get hired at McDonald's, or I don't give a shit where, it doesn't give you the right if you work at the window to just be like, fuck you, move along. I don't give a shit. You ain't getting your food today. Like, you don't have that right. That's the supervisor's right to step in. And the problem with the clinic that day is there was no supervisor. So nobody knows what really happened that day. That's the main problem. There was no supervisor on site, which is insane to begin with. There should always be a supervisor on site. There should always be somebody to handle these type of issues in case something is to happen. And there's no supervisor. Apparently, there's multiple supervisors. You would think they would have different shifts to work. And I know that being on methadone, it's not a privilege. It's not like, it is a right, actually. It's not a privilege. A privilege is like, I don't even know how to explain it. But if I'm paying my way into something, okay, that's not a privilege. Or if I'm like earning my way into something, that's not a privilege. That's me earning my way in. If I'm just given something without having to do anything for it, that's a privilege. Okay? I don't consider the methadone clinic to be a privilege. There's methadone clinics all over the place. It's not like I'm lucky to have this methadone clinic because there's tons of them. I live in New York, but what I'm saying is that the bottom line is, like, you don't, like, treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay? They're nurses. The second that they saw that they were making a grown-ass woman cry and, like, back down, like, I was shutting the fuck up. You better believe I was quiet as hell. The second that they saw that, they should have chilled out a little bit and realized that, okay, we have the upper hand now. Like, we don't need to be so hard. We have the upper hand. Like, we don't need to be like this. But they didn't. They were relentless, and it was awful. And it's something that that is, like, stained in my mind about that clinic. Like, I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to be, like I said too, like, I need to I am not ever going to humble myself down to that clinic any further than I already did by apologizing to the 2 nurses who ripped me a new asshole in a clinic where it's run by racist fucking people. Like, are you, like, what? Why would I want to humble myself down to Hitler? Think about it that way. Like, why? Why should it's one of those questions where if you're walking down the road and you see a little kid getting their ass beat on the side of the road or bullied, are you going to be the type of person to step in and do something about it, even if it might get your ass beat, or are you just going to keep walking and look the other way? I'm not the type of person that's going to look the other way. I'm sorry. Never. Not with anything. No. I don't care if I'm privileged. That's why I keep saying if I lose my methadone and I lose everything, I lose my methadone and I lose everything. But you know what? It'll be a learning experience for them and for me because it'll be hell and high water when I go down. So that's basically all I'm trying to say is like, you know, privilege. Let me tell you about privilege. Being privileged when it comes to the clinic are the people who have been on there, and I know of some personally, people who have been on there for years, and they're still using with no problem. They crack jokes with the nurses, they make jokes with the doctors, they are all good with their counselors, but they continue to use on a daily basis for fucking years. Now I'm sober, and I leave the clinic crying. And some of the shit they said was crazy. Like, they said that I said I was going to wait outside till she got off her shift so I could beat her ass. Why, you think I'm going to wait there from 6 o'clock till, like, 5 in the afternoon? I'm like, for real? You think I got that much time on my hands that I just want to sit there and wait for this bitch to get off? Like, where did this even come from? But that's just some shit that I wanted to clarify with you guys. Like, you know, but trust me, right now, I am doing the best that I can to keep my mouth shut and stay out of trouble because I want to be with my kid. Like, I just want to go to Florida and be with my kid and be left alone. And that's it. Like, that's all that I want. So let's talk about something else. Did anybody else see Justin Bieber's meth video? Did anyone else see this? Did anyone else see that Justin Bieber's on meth? I don't think he's really on meth, but like, there's a video circulating. You guys have to watch it. Also, in the video that I posted, the Whitneyyoung part 1, because this is going to be a little series that I do to see what happens. I put a video down below of when I got home that day of how hurt I was and how upset I was. And if you think that it wasn't a big deal, then go watch that video because I was literally fucking bawling. Like you're not even gonna know what to say besides, holy shit, her cry face is worse than Kim Kardashian times 100. Like, it was bad. It was bad. I still, sometimes when I get into the story, like, I want to cry all over again. And that's like fucking PTSD. That's not normal. So if it's to the point where I want to cry over and over when, by the way, I love these drinks, like, but I'm not going to, like, I don't want to, like, there's a part of me that, like, just wants to shut that part down and not even relive it again because it hurts so bad. Like, and I mean, my driver was like, I haven't seen you cry in, like, forever. Like, you can only be beat down by the system so hard. You guys gotta realize, like, I went to the clinic that day, and they mentally, like, broke me down. Just so that I could go to court the next day. And they could break me down. Just so that I could go to probation the next day and get broke down a little bit more. Okay? Like, and all I fucking want. You know what? I'm not doing drugs. I'm not, and this is pretty much all they want from me, is to not do drugs. Like, so I'm not. Like, I'm not doing any. I just want to be with my family. I don't understand. Why can't New York just let me go? Like, why can't they just let me go? Why can't they just be like, you know what? Clearly, you don't get along with us. The system here in New York, you don't get along with us. We don't get along with you. Go to Florida, be with your family, don't come back. Like, why can't they just be like that? Why can't they just be like, go and don't come back? Because, like, I would take that offer in a minute. You know, for the people who think that, like, it's just me that always has a problem, maybe you just are one of the lucky people who don't have to go through this type of shit all the time. Consider yourself lucky. If you watch these videos and you think, holy shit, she's got a problem every day, it's gotta be her, it's gotta be her. Instead of thinking like that, you really should think to yourself, wow, I'm really lucky that my life is not like that. You don't need to throw your nasty comments in and make it even worse. You can if you want to, but in all reality, this is my life, and even the people that are in my life tell me all the time that it's unbelievable. You know, when I was in pros, I was giving out money to people, cigarettes to people who didn't have anything, people who had no place to live, doing the same shit at the clinic. I got in trouble at the clinic for giving somebody who I think she was had a newborn baby, and I gave her money, and I got ripped apart then too, because there's no passing of things, and I didn't know this. I was just trying to be a good person, and it's like, and I don't even have money to take care of myself, okay? But I lived homeless before. Like, I can do it again. I've lived homeless. I know how it is, and it's something that I'm capable of now. Like, it's sad to say, but some of my happiest moments were when I was homeless. And I had nobody to listen to, and I could just... And, you know, even the homeless community is great. I hate to say it, but they are. Like, they'll give you their last cigarette. You'll ask them for a cigarette, they'll open up. You can see that they got like 2 cigarettes in there. They'll still give you one, even though they're homeless. Like, the homeless community is what humbled me down, was being homeless. And I wasn't just homeless for like a week, okay? I was homeless for a while. Like, throughout half of my addiction. Mind you, my addiction was almost 10 years. So, like, this isn't my first rodeo with the methadone clinic. I know how they work. This is like my 4th time on a methadone clinic, because I usually end up getting off and relapsing. And that's why I'm really nervous about getting off. And that's why I just need to transfer to a clinic that is going to accept me for who I am, and that doesn't... Because there are clinics in this area. Like, for example, there's a clinic around the corner, Camino Nuevo, and, like, every single person who goes there is using. And none of them are getting kicked out, because instead of trying to kick them out, they're trying to help them with their issues. Which, I mean, obviously what they're doing probably isn't working that well. Like, there needs to be some type of, like, reprimanding. But that just shows you that, like, that clinic, like, you know, they'll take things away and they'll make it hard for you. Like, they took away Sunday bottles at that clinic. So you don't get no free Sunday anymore if you keep using. Like, but they will not be rude to you. They're not going to be like this, you know? Like, for dumb reasons. We're in Albany. Like, we're not in, like, you need to remember where we are. We're not in, like, fucking Kansas. No offense to anyone in Kansas. But, like, I'm trying to think of, like, a real soft area. I don't know. Like, but we're not there. Like, you know, and then there's the Amsterdam clinic, who will pride people on what they do on the outside, but won't give a shit what happens on the inside when they're in the program. It's like every program, and now this program is based, now this one's just like really rare, like, I don't want to say it's really strict, because, like, in the end, it's beyond strict. It's like, it's to the point where they can't even handle themselves, because the turnover rate of employees, there's no stability, there's nothing. There's nothing. The most stable thing in that clinic is probably the clients. Like, that's it. Because the counselors are all under the age of 25 and have probably never experienced addiction. I know mine hasn't, so she doesn't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I just wanted to clarify. I guess, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and clarify that for you guys for a minute. Because, yeah, I guess a lot of people just don't really understand what happened that day. And I didn't even go back and watch the video that I posted underneath, the first one. I just left a video, the video of that day, when I was crying and when I was, like, makeup all over my face bawling. Like, I don't know what I was saying in that video, but all I know is it was from that day because it was the date. So, and I know that I was upset because I could see it on the... So, if you guys, like fucking kick me when I'm down, then when I'm down, then when I'm down, and then fucking kick me till, like, all that's hanging out of the dirt is, like, a fucking finger. That's what it feels like. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this little series. What's probably gonna end up happening, especially now that I'm putting it on YouTube, is they're 100% going to not give me a chance to even... Okay, so Rob Barnes, what you said was kind of true. I have a chance, like one chance, to get them to change their mind, like one shot. And if I do, it's probably not going to happen because A, I talk about it on YouTube, and they don't like that. But I'm not going to be silenced, so they probably will be kicking me off. Well, they already are. If I don't fight this within 72 hours, they start your titration, basically is what happens. And it's a weekend. So, there's your answer. They nailed me on a weekend. So, anyways, that's another thing. It's like, that's all planned. They planned that shit. They did that same shit to Trevor before. I remember. You know, and Trevor was the quietest, most reserved person. You know, there are some people, I mean, and then there's the poor guy who's getting kicked off the clinic for punching the Nazi. I can't even believe there still is Nazis. Don't see a lot of them around here. Like, don't... No. It's like, predominantly black, actually. Puerto Rican, Mexican, and then Italian for, like, being white. But I don't see no Nazis ever. No, but I do know who they were talking about. That guy used to be hella nice to me. He used to open the door for me all the time. It probably was because I was white. It's all making sense now. But anyways, yeah, no, fuck that place. That's basically where I'm getting at. And for the people that, you know, I do take accountability. You want to hear me take accountability real quick? I take accountability that I'm even on methadone. I take accountability that I picked up drugs in the first place. I take accountability for the fact that I'm on probation. I take accountability for the fact that I don't have my son right now. I take accountability for the fact that that damn box spring has been sitting there for fucking 2 weeks. I take accountability for the fact that my hair looks like shit and I couldn't be bothered to do my hair before coming on video because I just wanted to prove a point. I am taking accountability that I'm a fucking dirtbag sometimes and this is an ashtray. I'm taking accountability that this is a cup from fucking like 2 weeks ago too. Anything else? Anything else? Like, I'm taking accountability for the fact that I have no friends because I've used them all. during my active addiction. I'm taking accountability for the fact that I have in the past given addicts money knowing that they were going to buy drugs for themselves. How about that one? Okay, let's take that in for a second. You don't think I made mistakes in my life? I fucking have. You don't think I take accountability? I fucking have. Everybody makes mistakes. But all I know is that I'm always trying to do the right thing. Okay? Trying. I even partially take accountability. I can't take full accountability because I wasn't there. But I take partial accountability for the fact that my best friend had a stroke. So don't tell me that I don't take fucking accountability. Don't even go there. Because you have no idea the things that I've been through in my life and the things that I have to live with. Okay? I take accountability for the fact that I almost killed my kid one time when he was a newborn baby. Not a lot of people know that. Actually, no one knows that. Like, you guys know that I had a relapse after I had my son. So I take accountability for the fact that I was this close to accidentally killing him when he was a baby. So don't fucking tell me that I don't take accountability. Just because you guys don't know shit, sometimes, doesn't mean that I don't do it. Just because I don't like to talk about it, just because it hurts me to talk about it. You know, and the thing that bothers me is these clinics do know these things. They know these things because they're my fucking counselors. That's just a small portion of the shit that I've been through in my life. Like, and even if my mom were to come on here and my dad, I'm sure they would agree with me that I've taken more than enough shit and more than enough accountability in my life. And I'm okay with just sitting here and trying to do the right thing. And if I fuck up every now and then, I'm just gonna go with it. And that's it. Because I don't fucking care anymore. I really don't. Like, I'm literally slowly losing my shit one day at a time. Like, one day at a time. And you know what's making me lose my shit? The steps to fucking sobriety. And I'm already sober. So what the fuck is going on? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, maybe it's because I'm just going psychotic because I'm repeating the same shit that I've been repeating for years and years and years, and I just can't take it anymore. I don't know. But, like, Mr. BMW 1234 whatever, like, please, for the love of God, before you comment another time saying I don't take accountability, because I think you've said that probably 15 times on my YouTube. I pay attention. Maybe consider the fact that you don't know me all that well. Right? Because you don't. So, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe. Because now I'm all pissed off again. God damn it.